Hello everybody and welcome. For those of you new around here, my name is Roger and this is your daily tarot map for Tuesday, September 29th, 2015, using tarot to create the life you want. Well, as usual, I want to thank everybody for liking these videos, for sharing them on your social networks, for subscribing to this channel. As always, I really appreciate your support. So this week, we continue our work with the Greenwich Tarot, created by Moura, with the cards illustrated by Kiri, Ostergaard, Leonard. And so far, I'm really liking the deck. It's beautifully illustrated. So the three cards drawn randomly from the deck today were the Nine of Athames, the Lord of Shadows, and the Ten of Wands. So the first card that I'm reading today is the Nine of Athames, a card typically associated with worry, stress, anxiety, and most often about things that are beyond our control. You know, that crap that goes around and around in our heads, torturing us. So how many of you have done or said something stupid, and then you relive that moment over and over in your heads? That's what this card is about. Or maybe you're worrying about a project that's coming up or a presentation that you have to do and you envision the worst case scenario. I know many of us, myself included, who are guilty of this. For some of you, this worry and feelings of stress might be due to a life-changing event or potential change coming up for you, as signified by our second card, the Lord of Shadows, the equivalent of the Waite-Smith Death card. So this card represents a turning point in one's life, a major shift from the way things are. So you might be on the verge of making a life-altering decision, or circumstances might be making them for you. But this card next to the Nine of Athames next to it makes me think of someone who's clinging to the past desperately, fearful of change. Somebody who perhaps has difficulty adjusting to a new situation. Now, it's worth mentioning here that in the Greenwich Tarot, the Lord of Shadows / Death card represents moving out of the shadows and into the light. So I see this change or decision as a good thing, a positive move. You know, once we get past the fear, oftentimes we wonder what it was that made us fret so much in the first place. Now, that's not to say that this transition is going to be smooth sailing. You know, it might be tough for a while, as suggested by our last card, the Ten of Wands. I often call this the Burdens of Success card. This is a card of carrying a heavy load and feeling the weight of it. So you might be worried that this new change will increase your burdens, or if it's in regards to a work opportunity, may increase your workload. Yes, there might be somewhat of a stressful adjustment period, but it's worth noting that the change card, the Lord of Shadows, is flanked by a 9 on one side and the 10 card on the other. Two numbers that signify culmination and endings, moving from one cycle to the next. So the doubts and stress that you're experiencing should be short-lived. What's important here, I think, is that when you do move to this new situation, just be sure that you don't try to take on everything yourself. Delegate if need be, and don't be afraid to rely on others. Knowing that you can share some of the responsibility will make this transition all that much easier. So the message today for these three cards is: the time comes for all things to change, and clinging to the past is death to future possibilities. Move towards the brightness that new opportunities bring, knowing that others will help you along the way. So today's advice card comes from the Symbolon deck, and the card drawn randomly from the deck was Sleeping Beauty, Slumber. So the Sleeping Beauty makes yet another appearance today, and I think it fits in nicely with the theme of today's reading, the theme that it's time to wake up and move out of the shadows where new opportunities await us. You know, instead of the world happening around us, this card calls for us to take part in the world, to become involved. It asks us to remember that things do come to an end, but they are often and usually replaced with something even better. All you have to do is find the courage to engage, and that's when things really start happening. And that's it for today. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you click the like button below. And visit my website at tarot-dude.com, where you'll find all of my contact information. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Brightest blessings.